5 blockbuster trade ideas for the New York Knicks. You're watching Knicks Now by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Marshall Green. Appreciate everybody for stopping by. Always one of my favorite videos to do. It's fun, and we're kind of just dreaming. A little bit. Because I remember doing a video on this channel where we talked about Karl-Anthony Towns for Julius Randle as a blockbuster trade idea. And I think there was maybe 500 comments saying, Marshall, but Marshall, that would never happen. We would never, ever, 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 doing my Mike Brown impersonation, trade Julius Randle. And you know who you are in the comments section. And guess what Leon did? He traded Randle for Cat. So yeah, never sleep on Leon. Because Leon does not sleep. If he thinks there is a move out there that can help this team put a banner in the rafters of Madison Square Garden, he is going to do it. Possession after possession after possession. All right, you get the bit. I'll just start with this. Why no extensions for Mikal Bridges? And why no extensions for Mitchell Robinson? I don't know why. But I do know that if Mikal Bridges and Mitchell Robinson put pen to paper to extend their contracts with the New York Knicks, they cannot be traded for 6 months. And if you can't trade those guys for 6 months, you you are weakening your potential trade package. I'm not saying that's why they haven't signed an extension. But I'm also not saying it. Isn't that how it goes? Not saying it? Make sure you're subscribed to the video, to the channel. Subscribe to the channel. Because if the Knicks make a move, we make a video. And hit that thumbs up icon as well. I don't know what's going to happen, but I know Leon, he's always thinking of something. And I promise you, he's thought about Giannis Antetokounmpo being a New York Knick. And he is our first blockbuster trade target for the Knicks. We all saw the video of him and I Show Speed where he said, well, yeah, probably, maybe, I think so. I might be a Buck for life. And he said that he's been trying to be convinced that he should play for the Knicks. And I'm not ready to shut that door. And it doesn't sound like he is either. Shams Charania also said people around the NBA expect for the Giannis trade talks to heat up after Summer League. And Summer League is here, so we're not that far away. As we know, if you're talking trades in the NBA, you're talking dollars, because that's the way that the CBA works. Giannis makes $54.1 million. So if you're trading for Giannis, you got to send out just as much, if not a little bit more money. How did the Knicks get to $54 million? Just a couple different ways that they could do that. OG Anunoby, Josh Hart could get you there. Mikal Bridges, Josh Hart, Mitchell Robinson can get you there. Karl-Anthony Towns get you there. I don't know what the trade package could be. And I'll be fair here. With the Knicks only able to trade 1 first-round pick at this moment, probably not the best trade package they could send. But that doesn't mean that the Knicks can't trade for Giannis. Did we forget what era of NBA basketball we're in? Player empowerment era. And if you're Giannis and you want to play for the Knicks, you tell the Bucks, I want to be traded, and I want to be traded to the Knicks. And the Bucks, a team that was irrelevant for the last 30 years, that got to win a championship because of you, they'll probably do as you say. Here was that screenshot from the video. I Show Speed talked about taxes being high in New York, and Giannis says, a lot of people try to convince me to go play there. And Speed was like, so you're staying in Milwaukee? And he said, probably. We'll see. If I asked you, did you want $1 million for free, would you say probably, or would you say hell yeah? Because you absolutely want the $1 million. And probably we'll see doesn't say, yeah, I'm a Buck for life. I'm just saying. How bad does Giannis want another ring? That's the question. Does Giannis want to be a one-time champ or a multi-time NBA champ? Because if he wants to be a multi-time NBA champ, it'll never happen again in the Milwaukee Bucks. Second best player on that roster is Miles Turner or who? Gary Trent Jr., Kyle Kuzma. Yeah, that. How bad do you want a ring? How bad do you want a lot of help to win a ring? How bad do you want it? Yeah, look, if Giannis wants to win a ring, he'll force a trade, and I think the Knicks are a spot where he can win it all East this week. You can't talk about blockbuster trades in summer 2025 if you're not talking about LeBron James. Why did LeBron opt into his contract? Why has there not been another 1+1 contract signed? Why is there chatter of LeBron maybe wanting out? I don't know. LeBron at 40, still damn good at hoops. Can't believe he's 40. $52.6 million. So like the Giannis trade, it's very similar to make the money work. I'm not, and I want to make this clear. I'm not saying trade for LeBron. I am saying trade for Giannis. I'm not saying trade for LeBron. I'm just trying to give you guys all the info we can. You can't tell me, though, if LeBron James was added to this team and you had to give up, I don't know, Josh Hart, Mitchell Robinson, and I don't know how else you get there, that the Knicks wouldn't be great. Yeah, because if you drop 25, 8, and 8 on any team in the NBA, they're going to get pretty damn good. Yeah, still finding a way to play 70-plus games a year. Done it each of the last 2 seasons. And for LeBron, like, at this point, he's not getting to 6 NBA championships. He's definitely not getting to 7. And it would take 6 or 7 NBA championships, I think, for him to be the undisputed GOAT. But there is a place where if he did win a championship there and he broke the championship drought of 50-plus years, maybe that could count for 2. Cough, cough, the New York Knicks. Also, why has LeBron James not reached out to DeAndre Ayton, newest member of the Lakers, who did his introductory press conference? Former number 1 overall pick. DeAndre Ayton was asked, has he received a text or talked to LeBron? He said, not really yet, but I definitely got a text from Luka. Okay, that's weird. The Lakers also told Luka they were selling the team. They did not tell LeBron James. And it comes back to this. A LeBron ring with the Knicks, that might make him the GOAT. Like, he's not my GOAT, but if he wins something with the Knicks, I'll tell you he's the GOAT. I don't know. I'm not ready to shut the door on that. What about Zion Williamson as a blockbuster trade target for the New York Knicks? How long have Zion and the Knicks been linked? For a long, long time. And with the way that the New Orleans Pelicans are being run right now, you might be able to get a steal in Zion. Should you trade for Zion, though? That's kind of the question. At 25 years old, he has been a bust up to this point. Making $39.4 million, so a little bit easier of a salary to trade for, and a little bit easier of a trade to make happen. But sometimes the best ability is availability, and he hasn't been all that available. He was hurt again this year, playing just 30 games. And in the year before that, he was active. He was damn good. Played 70 games, but he played 29 the year before that. And then he missed the entire 2021-2022 season. So he's played more than 69 games. Nice, one time in the last 4 years. Damn good player when he plays, but you got to play. Knicks have been linked to him for a while. And while I don't know if the ultimate goal is Zion at this point, I don't know if he is the player the Knicks are pursuing. But as long as he's out there, the rumors about him and the Garden are always going to be out there. And, like, just from a basketball standpoint, a guy that enjoys watching hoops, I want to see Zion healthy. I don't know if we'll ever get the guy that was supposed to be the next Amari Stoudemire, like that type of player. But I do think there's a player there that, if healthy, can contribute to winning. I just don't know if I'm willing to give up. I'm not really willing to give up assets to make that happen. What about this one? Bam Adebayo, the starting center for the Miami Heat. I guess I'll just start off by saying this. I don't know. When's the last time the Knicks and the Miami Heat made a trade? Have they, under the Pat Riley era? I'll cookie to someone in the comment section that points that out to me. I've always been a fan of Bam. I like what he's about. I like how he plays the game. I liked him in Kentucky. And at $37 million with an extension kicking in next year, the time to trade for him would be right now. And Miami stinks. Like, they think trading for Norm Powell to pair him with Bam Adebayo and Tyler Hero and Andrew Wiggins is a big four. That's the mid four, baby. You're going right back to the Miami Heat Chicago Bulls Invitational. That's called the play-in tournament. And Bam Adebayo, well, I don't know if he is the type of player that could demand a trade and demand a destination. If he wants to win a championship and not see the prime of his career go to waste in the 305, you might want to get out of there. This is one of the best defenders in the NBA. He's like Hartenstein on offense, but better and better on defense. A Cat and Bam 4-5? Sign me up, Jimmy. That would be sick. That'd be ideal. Those guys could play together. And you could still have Brunson and OG and Bridges. I don't know how you get Bam at that point, but, like, yeah, I would 1,000% be interested in Bam Adebayo if he ever becomes available in a trade. This one is, what do they call it, pie in the sky? Is that a phrase? I think I've heard that once or twice. Trey Murphy. He is someone that I just love. I said before 2 years ago, I had Trey Murphy as my breakout candidate, and he did. He broke out. And he is on the cusp of being an all-star, all-NBA player. Sadly, I don't know if that happens in New Orleans. And like we talked about, maybe the Knicks could take advantage of Joe Dumars and the wonky moves that he has already made. At 6'8", scoring 21 points per game, being an elite three-point shooter, elite athlete, scoring off the bounce, playing within a team setting, willing to defend. I would love for him to be a Knick. I also am old enough to remember when he was a part of the Roommates podcast with Jalen Brunson and Josh Hart. Why did that happen? Mikal Bridges was on that, then he became a Knick. Trey Murphy was on that. Maybe he could become a Knick. Like, I would be shocked. I would be shocked if this trade happens. I don't know how likely it is. I know it says would not be shocked, typo on me. I would be shocked. Would be shocked if this trade happens. I would not be shocked if a trade happens. That's what I meant when I wrote this script. I would be shocked if the Trey Murphy trade happened. I would not be shocked if a trade happens. Because, look, we've seen Leon make blockbuster moves before. When it comes to a Murphy trade, probably not all that likely, but I do think a trade could happen, especially if Mikal Bridges is not willing to sign a long-term deal. So which one would you rather trade for? Pick one to trade for. Do you want Giannis, Bron, Zion, Bam, or Trey Murphy? Comment the player's name down below. And make sure you are following me on social media. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram @MarshallGreen_.